Hey guys, what's going on? This is Ben Jackson, and I'm here today to do the ALS Ice Bucket, aka Gummy Bear Challenge. Now, for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about 3 weeks ago on Twitter and on Facebook, I said, you know what? I'm tired of the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. It's getting a little bit old. Why don't I do something a little bit different? Now, I'm also currently raising funds for Team Momentum, which is the endurance sports arm of the Muscular Dystrophy Association. Gets athletes who are running the Chicago Marathon, which is this coming weekend on the 12th of October. Gets them together, helps them get training, and then those athletes also fundraise for the Muscular Dystrophy Association. So it's been an incredible journey for me. I've had the opportunity to raise funds with some amazing people for a pretty incredible cause. Now, I put that call out to all of you guys, and I got a phenomenal response. I said if you gave money with between, it was about a week or so time frame, that I would take every dollar that was given and I would eat a gummy bear. And what I found out is that I can only eat about 400 gummy bears before I would end up hospitalized. It's a thing, I looked it up. Every gummy bear has like 1 gram of sugar, and supposedly 400 grams of sugar is like the maximum before I go into a sugar coma. No desire to do that. So what I did instead is I took about 200 gummy bears a few weeks ago and I ate those, and I recorded myself eating those, calling out thanks to everybody who had donated to Team Momentum on my behalf. The problem was I did that outside, it was super loud, and I did it using a cell phone, so terrible quality video. So just to make sure that you know that I'm willing to take one for the team, I'm now going to eat 200 gummy bears again on camera, live, to thank you for donating so very much to Team Momentum on my behalf. I want to call you out. If you haven't donated yet, please feel free to do so. There's still about 3 more days. Gosh, yeah, 3 more days. I should probably know this since I'm running the marathon. 3 more days to donate. You can find my personal link in the comment section below. You can also find my team link down there if you want to donate to the team in general. So let me show you, just to kick this off, what 200 gummy bears actually looks like. Tilt the camera down here. This is roughly 200 gummy bears. Now I'm going to actually divide these up here in just a second into different sizes of piles of gummy bears, so I can call out individually everybody that gave gifts. And then I'm going to eat 1 gummy bear. You know, per gummy bear, I'll slide it out a little bit so you can watch me suffer on camera until I either black out or finish the bowl. So thanks for watching. Thank you for donating. If you haven't donated yet, again, please see the donation link down in the comments. All right, here we go. I have divided up those 200 gummy bears into proportionate sizes here. What I did is I went through all the donations given. I parceled them out. We have an absolute metric ton of gummy bears here. I'm going to be calling out each and every single person that donated. I'm going to be persecuting myself with way too much sugar, and I will be washing it down with water from my lovely Michelob Ultra half marathon water bottle. All right, so with the very first donation, Cheryl Orlov. Cheryl, thank you for your donation. Next donation goes to Eric Wagner. Eric, I dedicate this little green gummy bear man to you. It looks absolutely nothing like you, by the way. Next donation goes to Mr. Mark Latz. The next gummy bear goes to Annie Garrigus. Annie, this yellow gummy bear actually does look like you, unlike Eric's, so very good. Thanks, Annie. Next goes to Steve Caponigri. Now, Steve's gummy bear actually has a story here. Steve is the quintessential salesman, and he told me, absolutely, I will totally donate to Team Momentum on your behalf, but in return, you have to donate to my charity. So Steve is actually raising funds for the American Alzheimer's Association. Steve, very proud of what you've done. However, I think it's super shady that you wouldn't give a donation without getting one in return. So for those of you in the audience, I did actually donate to Steve. Steve, thanks for your donation, man. Next goes to Katie Hazley. Katie, thank you for your donation very much. All right, our next donation was Mr. Scott Renner. Scott, thank you very much. This is for you. Next goes to my aunt, Alicia Jackson. Alicia, thank you so much for checking out my page from Spokane, Washington. Next donation was Lena Wetzel. Lena, thank you so much. Excellent, I appreciate it. You and Patrick are the best. Next donation, Mr. Stephen Hoffman. You're the best. Next donation came from Demas Estrada. Demas, thank you very, very much. And the next donation was from Mr. Ben McCann. Ben, thank you very, very much. I appreciate all that you and your agency do. Followed by Kevin Renner. So we heard Scott earlier. Apparently we had a chorus of brothers, Scott and Kevin Renner. Thank you guys both so much for your donations. Next donation goes to Mr. Kyle Dietz. Kyle, even though I don't get to work with you as much as I did before, you're still the man. I think that Evan can probably beat you in pull-ups, but you'll always be first and foremost in my heart. So thanks for your donation, man. Next goes to Joe Bartleson. Joe, I think you once told me that I have puked in more cars than we've been in together than not. It was something like 33% of the cars. I don't know. Those math numbers don't add up, but I always have a good time with you, my friend. Thank you so much for your donation. Next goes to Scott Lingle. Scott, you have run way more marathons than I have, so as I'm running the marathon this weekend, I'm going to be thinking about how much better you would look doing it than I would. Scott, thanks for your donation. Next goes out to Jerry Van Ness. Jerry, I don't know there's a day that goes by that you don't make me laugh at work. You're the best. Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate it. Next goes to John Bartleson. This is the second Bartleson we've had on here. It's a Bartleson-Renner rivalry, apparently. Next donation here goes to Gina Haugen. Gina, you give the best Christmas presents of any human being that I've ever encountered. Thank you so much for not holding back on your donations to Team Momentum. Really appreciate it. All right. So my next feat of passion and or stupidity is to individually consume the gummy bears from all of the major donation givers. Now these are individuals who gave $100 or more, and there were a lot of you. Again, guys, thank you so much to all of you who gave. I appreciate it. Team Momentum and the Muscular Dystrophy Association appreciate it. And more importantly, the families who are going to benefit from the donations that you gave, say thank you. Thank you so very much for your generous support. And if I die here, know that it's your fault. Thanks, guys. All right. Next donation comes from Mr. Jesse Merrill. Jesse, this bowl is for you. Here's nothing. Woo. Well, all right. Okay. Next major donation comes from Mr. Tony Anson. Tony, you're a god among men. This bowl's for you. Thank you so much for your donation. Maybe you can come get me out of the ER later. Whew. Next goes out to a good friend and my boss, Mike Owens. Mike, I remember you telling me a couple weeks ago that if I didn't hit my fundraising goal, you'd make up the rest of it yourself. Thanks to all of you who donated, who kept Mike from having to bankrupt himself, and this bowl's for you. I gotta eat these things fast because it's so freaking ridiculous to eat them. My jaw's literally hurting from chewing them. First world problems, right? Oh man. This is not going to go well, I can tell. All right, next up is Mr. Tim Burke. Tim, thank you so very much for your donation, and I should also add to Assurant Health, your employer who very generously matched your donation. Tim, I really appreciate it. It's always a pleasure hanging out with you. Come down and visit Mike and I soon. We definitely owe you a pint or 2 or 6 of Guinness. Tim, this is for you. Ooh. I can't even talk after that one. Next up on this list, whoops, I put Jesse on here twice. Jesse, just like Tim, this is Jesse Merrill, by the way, just like Tim Burke, who donated and matched with Assurant, Jesse had the smarts to match with his company, Aon Hewitt. So I guess this one goes to Aon Hewitt. Thank you for graciously agreeing to match Jesse's donation. To large corporations. Oh, man. This is actually becoming harder than I thought it was going to be. All right, now this one goes to the man, actually the brothers, actually the company, who started this whole thing. When I originally posted this on Twitter, I was kind of joking, and a good friend of mine, J.R. Jordan of Colorado Bankers, said, you know what, I'll take you up on that. It was actually you, J.R., and your brother Jay, and your business associate, Mike Kleingardner, who prompted this whole insane thing. If it's appropriate, you'd come right in the middle. While I'm still upright, say thank you very much, thank you for donating, and thank you not so much for doing this to me. I just go my way, living every day. Woo! Okay. Next donation, besides my burned out pancreas or whatever in the world generates the insulin that keeps your body going. Next donation comes from my mother, Crystal, or Mom, or whatever I should call you. Thank you so very much for your donation and for always supporting me. for your love and support. Thank you so much for caring for me and keeping me from doing stupid stuff like this all these years so that I could grow up and do stupid stuff like this. Love you, Mom. Thanks again, Mom. And no, I did not finish my dinner first. This is hitting me on an empty stomach, and I'm gonna feel it. Okay. In due course, this next one goes out to my dad. Dad, thank you so very much for getting me into fitness. One of my favorite things in the world are the bike rides that you and I go on together. Primarily because that's the only reason that I can do stuff like this and actually survive. So, Dad, here's to being fit, and here's to squandering it all on ridiculous activities like downing too many gummy bears. Oh, look, we're starting with one that's conjoined at the hip. How appropriate. Well, actually, 3. Okay, 2 major donations left. Oh, I'm gonna have a heart attack. All right, these 2 go out to 2 very good friends of mine. The first being Michael Chinigo from Humana. Mike, I feel like the only time I'm ever talking to you is when I'm asking you for something. So now it's my turn to give something back to you. The chance to make me even more miserable than I already am on way too much sugar. Thank you so very much for your generous donation. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you and all the hard work that you do. So Mike, this one's for you. Uh-oh, dropped one. Rescued him. Now I dropped the bowl. I'm just going to leave that there. Oh man, do not feel the best. Okay, well, judging by what's in this last bowl here, you can tell it's more than in any other bowl that I've eaten so far. This donation blew all the others away. Rocco Solorzano, my man, you know how to take care of your friends. I don't know how many amazing adventures I've been on with you, hanging out in the Phillips Arena, tearing up the city of Atlanta, and very, very soon, for our Thanksgiving 2014 adventure, I'm going to be adopted into the Solorzano household, apparently. So they have no idea what's coming. Apparently it looks something like a kid with diabetes because, Rock, you made me eat all of these. Now, in keeping with your absolutely magnanimous personality, I'm going to try and eat all of these at once as opposed to one at a time. So if I simultaneously choke and die of sugar overdose, Rocco, know that I did it in gracious thanks and support to you for all that you do. Rocco, here it is. Internet world, please call 911. Alright, well, in case it wasn't apparent, oh gosh, I have now consumed way too much sugar in the form of gummy bears, and I'm probably going to be sick. So, oh man, in the effort of not forcing you to watch me vomit multicolored goo all over my desk here, I'm going to say goodbye to all of you. Thank you so very much. In all seriousness, I'm not that miserable. I probably will be in a little bit. But thank you so very much to all of you who donated. I could not have raised currently $1,800, more than $1,800 without your support. You're the best. I love all of you. You can find the donation link in my comment section down at the bottom. It's a phenomenal cause. Please think about giving the team momentum, supporting the children, families who deal with muscular dystrophy, and as well as the athletes who are training incredibly hard, as you can tell from me eating so many gummy bears like 3 days before a marathon, to run the Chicago Marathon. You're all amazing. Signing off. I'm going to go die.